Good morning. Please stand as you are able and sing our gathering hymn together. Welcome, rejoice, and come in. The words are in the order of service and up on our monitors. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of children. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome. I am Reverend Heather McGill, and I will be serving as your worship associate today. As we begin our worship service, please silence your cell phones or any other noise-making devices. We are the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of San Dieguito. What binds us together as a faith community is not a creed, but the power and sacredness of a covenant based on unconditional love. Whoever you are, whatever brought you here today, you are welcome here. You can find more details at our website, UUFSD.org. If you are visiting today for the first time, we would like to get to know you. If you're visiting and you feel comfortable, we would like for you to stand, and we'll have the usher bring you a microphone so that you can just tell us your name and where you're from, and that we can all hear you, even those on Zoom. Do we have any visitors this morning? Oh, I see a brave soul.
Hello, my name is Marcy Rodin. I live in Carlsbad, on the border of Carlsbad and Encinitas now. Been here since 2008. Before that, I lived in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and would sometimes go to Harvard Divinity School.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for coming. We have another visitor in the front.
Hi, my name is Catherine Lapointe, and I am a second time this decade visitor to your Sunday morning service, but I have had the privilege of working with many of your Casas de Luz servants of justice. So I know a lot of you here, but it's my second time here.
Great. Yeah, thanks for coming back. Twice in a decade. We have another hand right behind you, Mike. Oh, over in
there. Oh. Hi. Well, I don't want to stand up. I'm Lily Davis. I'm visiting my friends here, Margaret and Harry, and it's my second visit.
Wonderful, thank you. Welcome. Do we have any other visitors? Okay. We'll now take a moment, a brief moment, to turn to our neighbor and offer a greeting. When you hear the piano, it's time to quiet down for our community announcements. We hope you can continue your conversations on the patio following the service. It's now time for our community announcements. If you have an announcement to make, please make your way up to the microphone here, or a microphone can be brought to you by an usher if needed. Do we have any announcements this morning? Yeah.
Good morning, I'm Terry Gowen.
Oh, Terry, come to the microphone so Zoom can hear you. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Terry Gowen, and I'm the coordinator for the Fellowship for Philabelly. And for those of you who don't know, we feed the homeless and the needy, and we'll be doing that again Thursday. We have a couple spots left open, so if you'd like to bring a meal and help some people in need, please see me at the patio. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Vanessa, and I am part of a community patrol group called Encinitas Safe, and we are starting a new initiative called Gimme 5. And what we're asking people do is add 5 minutes to your route when dropping kids off, going to work, running errands, and check vulnerable areas. If you know an apartment site is a place that ICE might scope out, if you have time to drive behind a grocery store or a Walmart to see if anybody's staging back there. We need all the help we can get. There is reports of a large convoy coming down south. Right now they've hit Riverside just now. So as many eyes as we can possibly get is wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Miller, and this afternoon, 11:30, after service, Linda Louisi and I are hosting here in Founders Hall West an auction item, but you're welcome to hop on the train there. We are celebrating slow fashion and upcycling and visible mending, and Linda's forte is painting. Mine is anything with thread. So we brought our supplies, and even if you haven't thought ahead and you want to come hang out, we've got things you can, practice making patches on or whatever you want. It should be a lot of fun, so hope you can join us.
Hi, I'm Betsy Gilpin, and I'm taking over for Norma Showalter in the project for collecting lap blankets for the Christmas baskets, which is sponsored by the Community Resource Center. And I haven't put it out yet because it was raining when I got here. But I have a big bin, and in the bin are some blankets that have already been donated and an envelope, and I can take a check or cash and I can purchase them myself. And last year, Norma collected 32 blankets. In her honor, I'd like to match that this year. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Chris Fowler. I'm here on behalf of the Buildings and Grounds Committee and my co-leader over there, Ed. 2 weeks ago, we had a water line break at Footprints classroom. And the kids up there loved having three grown men play in the mud fixing a mud leak. My point in this is these grounds need a lot of help, and the Buildings and Grounds Committee could use all of your many talents playing in the mud, whatever it is. So please keep an eye on that and sign up for the next work party. Thanks.
I'm vertically challenged. I'm Louise, and I almost missed getting to make the announcement this morning. Don't forget Thanksgiving Day dinner. Get here at 1 o'clock. We'll eat about 1:30 because people keep coming in and everything. And if you forget to sign up, I can't seem to get my sign drawn this year. I'm out there by the table. But if you forget to sign up to come, just come anyway, because we have always more than enough. Bring your family, friends, neighbors. We have a great time. And I look forward to seeing y'all. And I have 2 big turkeys in the freezer. And I left the other turkey at the house.
Good Good morning, everyone. Emily, your DRE. Just a quick save the date for our holiday party, December 13th from 4:30 to 6:30, members and non-members. So bring friends, family, neighbors to decorate the tree and cookies and arts and crafts. We hope to see you then.
I forgot to tell you where to report. Stopice.net is an easy website to access and remember, and they have a phone number you can text to. You can also talk to me afterwards. Okay.
Do we have any other announcements this morning? Okay. Please stand as you are able and join in singing hymn 1000, Morning Has Come. Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance with joy and sing a song of gladness. The light of hope here shines upon each face. May it bring peace to guide our journey home. A new day dawns, once more the gift is given. Wonder fills this moment shared together. The light of peace here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Open our eyes to see that life abounds. Open hearts to welcome it among us. The light of love here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. You may be seated.
Well, good morning. My name is Debbie Hecht, and I'll be the speaker for today. And our first reading is from one of my favorite authors, Ralph Waldo Emerson. To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded.
Each week, we light a candle to honor the legacy of the continuing presence of the Kumeyaay Nation here in San Diego County. I thought it might be nice to share a bit of news each month from the Kumeyaay people so that we may feel more connected to them. This year, the Kumeyaay people have published a comic book through their own nonprofit printing company called Tribal Print Source. Written by 4 tribal historians, the comic book tells their story from their perspective and is available online for download for free. The book is intended to be read in print, as the book is structured to be read from both directions in a circle, a concept which is lost when reading online. For more information about the comic book, you can visit their website, kumeyaay.com. May we treat this land as well as the Kumeyaay people who came before us did. May we be as one and live as one. Amen.
For the chalice lighting, we'll hear from Mary Ann Williamson. A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principle of A Course in Miracles. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Uh-oh. This one? Oops.
Our youth and young at heart down to our story time, or time for all ages. My microphone helper, Everett, is coming forward. Thank you. Last week you got to see Tabitha, and this week you get to see Everett. As you just heard in our song, and in Debbie's words today, we are focused on resilience, and many of our most resilient people are also grateful people and have practices of gratitude. So today we're going to learn a new word to me, and hopefully to many of you from the Cherokee people, which is Ohaliheliga. We are grateful. You gotta sit down. Go to Daddy. Cherokee people say Ohaliheliga to express gratitude. It is a reminder to celebrate our blessings and reflect on struggles daily throughout the year and across the seasons. When cool breezes blow and leaves fall, we say Ohaliheliga. Can you guys try it with me? Ohaliheliga. Thank you. As shell shakers dance all night around the fire and burnt cedar's scent drifts upward during the great new moon ceremony, as we clean our houses, wear new clothes, enjoy a feast, and forget old quarrels to welcome the Cherokee New Year. While we collect buckbrush and honeysuckle to weave baskets, to remember our ancestors who suffered hardship and loss on the Trail of Tears, and have hope as our Elise, grandma, cradles the newest member of the family and reveals his Cherokee name. When we recall the ancestors' sacrifices to preserve our way of life, to celebrate history and to listen to our tribal leaders speak at Cherokee National Holiday. Every day, every season, O Haliheliga, we are grateful. Let's sing our children out.
Join in singing our centering hymn, From All That Dwell Beneath the Skies. Then remain standing while we recite our covenant. The words to both are in your order of service. May love be the spirit of this congregation. May the quest for truth be its sacrament, and service be its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, and to help one another in fellowship. This is our covenant. You may be seated.
This is one of my favorite parts of the service. It's a time when we share our joys and sorrows, which are our personal experiences that have moved us deeply. If you want to speak, you can either come to the front or raise your hand for a microphone to be brought to your seat so everyone can hear you in Founders Hall and also on Zoom. If you're at home, you may share your experience in the chat and Joe will read it. Does anyone have a joy or sorrow to share? Nobody. Wow. Could be a record. Thanks, Lisa.
I have a joy. I just want to say how happy we are that our friends Anna and Brad Summers are here today. And it's so good to see them. We don't get to see them very often. They live in Utah, but we're happy they're here and can share their music with you as well.
Thank you.
Along those lines, welcome back Libby and Doug Scott, too. I thought I saw. Yes.
Hi there, I'm Marty, and probably don't need a microphone, but whatever. I just came back from Camp DeVenneville, and I would like to announce that the road up and back is good. It's just longer.
It's just longer.
So you need to go up Highway 30 through Big Bear Lake, Big Bear City, and then up over a pass that actually got up to I was looking at the elevation on my phone, and I saw as high as 8,700 feet, and it was snowing last night on my way, snowing and raining as I was driving in my car without four-wheel drive last night. But the road's good.
Thank you for that update.
Did I see another hand somewhere?
Okay. Joe, are there any joys or sorrows from home?
Yes. Livia says that it was such a joy to see the rainbow at the service this morning. Reminded me of the beauty Mother Nature offers us each day. I am so grateful for this beautiful day and my life within it. And that is it from Zoom.
Thank you. The candles we light during joys and sorrows remind us of who in our compassionate care circle who needs our energy in celebration or in care. And additional candles were lit today for Dale Gottdank and Catherine Sturch, who are having health issues, and let's keep them in our minds and hearts so they heal quickly. I would also like to acknowledge all those spoken and unspoken joys and concerns we hold in our hearts. May our joys be amplified and our sorrows be diminished by sharing with each other.
What is prayer? Often we think of it as a request to a higher power, but it can be so many other things. A hope, a song, a sigh, silence. Regardless of its form, it's a chance to pause the pace of our normal busy lives and reflect. Prayers can last minutes, hours, or happen in an instant. They can be fleeting thoughts or deep meditation. They can be expansive, engaging with the energies of the universe, or they can be introspective, a chance for us to look deep inside ourselves for a tiny kernel of truth. They can be solitary, they can be communal, spoken or unspoken, memorized, or just a fleeting feeling. There's no wrong way to pray. Today we lift our hearts and our individual prayers together in the spirit of community, of oneness, of comfort, and of hope. For all of our joys and sorrows shared, for all of our candles lit, for all of our prayers that we hold in our hearts, we submit them now to the universal force from which we came and from which we may one day return. Blessed be, and amen. Today is Generosity Sunday, and our collection will go to Trans Family Support Services. Whether you're here or participating on Zoom, you may make an offering using Breeze. You can scan the QR code printed in your order of service or go to our website, UUFSD.org, under the Giving tab. And now I'd like to invite Victor Seguritan up to say a few words about this important organization. Victor.
Hello and good morning, generous and kind people. The organization selected for today's Generosity Sunday offering is Trans Family Support Services. TFSS is a San Diego-based nonprofit dedicated to guiding transgender and non-binary youth and their families through the gender-affirming journey. Next slide, please. Okay, so families of trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming, and questioning youth are offered one-on-one coaching as well as support groups facilitated by TFSS staff and volunteers to support parents in accepting and affirming their child's identity. TFSS teams also help trans youth and families navigate through medical and legal issues and help to ensure that insurance plans cover all costs required by law. Next slide, please. TFSS provides trans and non-binary youth with a number of support services, such as a social media platform called Discord, as a means of secure discourse among LGBTQ youth, virtual support groups facilitated by trained staff and volunteers, mentorships to match youth with young adults that can offer support and guidance, and no-cost gender-affirming clothing, because we all know that style is also important for self-confidence. Next slide, please. So the crisis that youth face today is plain to see from the data summarized in this slide. In 2024, a Nature publication linked anti-transgender laws with suicide attempts among more than 60,000 trans youth across US the US and Puerto Rico. The graph on the right shows a disturbing and significant rise in suicide attempts 2 to 3 years after anti-trans laws were enacted. However, youth receiving gender-affirming care have a much lower chance of suicidal ideation and self-harm after just 1 year of care. Next slide, please. All right, so unfortunately, current funding to support transgender youth is negligible. Only a minute fraction of a penny per dollar donated by US foundations go to LGBTQ causes. Funding to support trans and non-binary communities have dropped approximately $11 million, and national support is shrinking for programs such as the Trevor Project. So donor intervention is indeed an urgent necessity. Last slide, please. Okay, so sadly, grant awards and corporate sponsorships have not been renewed. As a result, fewer organizations are focusing on LGBTQ causes, and the number of proposal requests for transgender youth, mental health, and DEI programs have been greatly reduced. Your generous support today will help TFSS continue providing life-changing services at no cost to families. To learn more about important work at Trans Family Support Services, please visit transfamilysos.org. Transfamilysos is one word. And so with that, thank you for your attention, and the offering will now be greatly received.
Let us enter a time of silence for meditation by first singing the chant, Meditation on Breathing, which we will sing twice, followed by a time of silence. The time of silence will end when Joe plays the sound of the bell. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
Well, good morning. My name is Debbie Hecht, and it's so nice to be here with my Unitarian family. Please give a warm welcome to several special guests, my friends from my Del Mar memoir writing class. Their wisdom and life lessons on resilience are woven throughout this talk. Thank you, all of you. I don't know about you, but I feel deeply distressed with the state of our country. The hits just keep on coming every single day. We are testing the resiliency of our laws and norms in this country. I personally need resilience during these difficult and disturbing times. I feel beat up by the news. I know people say don't watch, but I want to be an informed voter, and I am curious about how other people in this country think. Like a car wreck, I just can't look away. My son had a Bozo the Clown punching bag with, I don't know if you ever saw it, but the red tufted hair and a crazy grin with a weighted bottom. Bozo the Clown stayed in our living room until one of us walked by and whacked him. Down he'd go, pop right back up. Some days we seem to whack Bozo more days than others. But when I think about resilience, I think of Bozo the Clown and that bounce back ability. Building the skill of resilience has been a do or die issue for me, quite literally. I could not have survived the last 12 years of heart issues without building resilience. It started with breathlessness when walking stairs or playing tennis. I was in and out of the ER. I had AFib, so they determined an ablation would fix it. During the ablation, they found I needed 2 stents. Got through that, thought I was good to go. Then a year went by, and then I had a stroke that affected my eyes. Then over the last decade, 3 more stents, 4 more ablations, another stroke, a pacemaker, a Watchman, and a defibrillator. It was an avalanche of health problems to dig out from under. As a result, I am chemically dependent and battery operated. It sounds funny, comical honestly, but it's absolutely true. And I have a heartfelt appreciation for my body and deep gratitude for the medical profession. It is amazing that I am alive. And sometimes I wonder why, and I'm sure it has to do with my resilience. I was in my late 50s and figured I had maybe 40 more years to live. Well, that's terrible math, if I was lucky. I want to be that lucky. Okay, so how can I get there? What are my priorities? At first, I didn't realize I was building resilience. Humor and curiosity sure helped. I was good at prioritizing things, from being a single mom and running my own business and getting through a surgery for an aneurysm in 1991 when I was 40 years old. I was super lucky to see a cardiologist who heard the whooshing sound caused by the aneurysm in the artery. I lived with that for a year. I went to the surgeon and insisted they fix it. It was a difficult surgery in the days before the femoral artery entry, and after the operation, he told me that I was extremely lucky that the aneurysm was ready to blow. I wondered why I was still alive and felt deeply fortunate to see every day. I realized that I had the perspective of someone much older, possibly towards the end of their life. The aneurysm changed my life by teaching me to prioritize on a deeper and more authentic level. Okay, enough of the organ recital, but these challenges have been the foundation of my building resilience. I believe that being authentic brings 3 things into alignment: what you think, what you say, and what you do. And being authentic is at the heart of being resilient. I've worked for myself for 47 years. I could pick and choose real estate or land conservation projects. I have been very fortunate to make a great living. Some days life feels like an obstacle course to me, and some days it's best to just step back and observe. These are in between times when you are waiting to see how things develop or if the seed you've planted will sprout. I call this the big pause. It's good to build in between times to pause and reflect and redirect if necessary. This skill builds resilience. Resilience helps us to roll with the punches and to rise again, like Maya Angelou, who said, "You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise." My dear friend Carol Mason, who many of you know is a founding member of this fellowship, said she learned from her father to get up, get dressed, and get on with her day. Whatever your plan was, do it. This worked for her to rebound from her life's challenges. Building the skill of resilience is like working a muscle. I found that certain traits build resilience for me, and they are optimism, positive mental attitude, embracing change, a sense of humor, positive self-image, humility, persistence, and compassionate self-talk. You can have the very best of intentions, but it's important to avoid traps like self-pity, fear of change, comparing yourself to others, erroneous assumptions and self-limiting beliefs, taking things personally, and negative self-talk. Self-pity is definitely my worst trap. Through all of these ongoing heart issues, I always go through a self-pity phase. Why me? I'm so sick of this. I just want 2 years without nothing done to my poor old body. It happens every time, and I expect it now. I used to get disgusted with myself. What a waste of time to wallow in self-pity. Now I say, okay, girlie, you got 5 minutes, and then that's it. That always makes me laugh, which pops me out of the self-pity. Humor is a strong antidote. Try to flex your resilience to avoid this trap. I used to fear change. I actually used to hate change. My beloved dog died, a relationship ended, my grandma died. I worried about going from 8th grade to high school, my parents divorced, where to go to college, oh gosh, leave home. I'm such a homebody, it sometimes takes a crowbar to get me out of the house. Even the great thinkers don't like change. James Baldwin said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced." And Erica Jong, who famously wrote the book, A Fear of Flying, said, "I have accepted fear as part of my life, specifically the fear of change. I have gone ahead despite the pounding in my heart that says, turn back, turn back." Curiosity is my antidote, fear of change. I get curious to see what unfolds. What's going to happen next? Eckhart Tolle wisely said, some changes look negative on the surface, but you will soon realize that space is being created in your life for something new to emerge. That is the definition of having faith in fate. Faith in fate. I have come to appreciate the pause. My life is a series of work or conservation projects, political campaigns, or advocating for legislation. When one project is complete, I found I could either be anxious or rest. Get curious to see what was the next thing that might catch my interest. The pause, rest, relax, reflect. Be curious to build resilience. I found that comparing myself to others was a no-win situation. If I've tried to do my best, then I should be satisfied with that effort. That doesn't mean I don't learn from my mistakes or ask advice. Life's not a zero-sum game. I found envy to be a red flag to stop and dig a bit deeper. I learned if I don't like what is happening, I can change it and talk to the people that matter. I don't let myself worry about being good enough or limit myself by playing small. This builds resilience. Self-limiting beliefs or erroneous assumptions is the letting go part of resilience. It is the self-examination and letting go of what no longer works. It takes a brave soul to reflect on our beliefs and let go of what might not be true or work anymore. Our cup is not half full or half empty, but refillable with whatever we might want. Think about it. Why would you even limit yourself to one cup? Life can be a delicious buffet of delights. Many of these beliefs come from your family of origin. For example, my family was dad, mom, brother, who were extremely neat people. I am not. I leave clothes on the chair, leave things on the bathroom counter. I was ashamed at how sloppy I was. Then I toddled off to college and lived with 14 girls in a small dorm. I saw that half of them were sloppier than me and half of them were neater. Wow, maybe I was normal and my family was weird. That led me to question everything. A great lesson at age 19 in 1970 when the whole world was questioning the Vietnam War. Another lesson to build resiliency, what works and what to let go. Negative self-talk is a big block to being the best you can be. This is also a form of letting go to build resilience. I have been playing tennis since I was 8 or 9 years old. There's a lot of lessons in tennis. At first with my dad, who would test me, and then I played competitively. I would get so frustrated and berate myself. You are stinking up the court. You have got to be kidding me. You are not a tennis player. What are you doing? What a joke you are. I would complain to Dad about the wind or the cold, and he would say, quit your bellyache, and we all have the same conditions. I learned to walk it off and not complain. But the truth is, why would anybody believe in me if I cannot believe in myself and be my own best cheerleader? I love the game. I love being in the zone. As I age, I can't serve and get to the net quickly anymore. I've widened my shot selection and my ability to move people around the court. The game went from mostly physical when I was younger to more of a mental chess game. It wasn't until my 40s that I recognized my self-talk was limiting. So now I talk back to myself and I say, stop, be nice. A little self-compassion is an important way to build resilience. As Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. As Rev Heather wisely said, you have to trust your future self. Language is an important part of self-compassion. Flip the script. Instead of failing at something or thinking that this is a failure, you can flip the script and look at it as a setback, as a building block to resilience. If you keep going with persistence and tenacity, you will get to the goal. As Arianna Huffington wisely said, we need to accept that we won't always make the right decisions, that we'll screw up royally sometimes. Understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he made the light bulb, but he saw each failure as a step to success, as steps in the process of invention. His famous quote is, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always just to try one more time." That is the lesson in resiliency here. With the courage to begin the process, the curiosity to observe what needs to be changed, and the perseverance to keep going. Like Carol's father said, keep going, put one front in front of the other. That is the recipe for resilience. Taking things personally is another bad trap. It can come from low self-esteem and wrecks your relationships with others. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." A dear psychologist friend of mine, an ex-New Yorker, has a great sense of humor. Roger is a punny guy, and most wisely said, "Don't take things poisonally." Not only does he speak to the damage done by poisoning a relationship, but he uses his stellar sense of humor to poke fun at our frailties. Don't take things poisonally. Roger's statement has us step up into our humanity and reminds us that mostly everyone is doing their best. This belief builds optimism and resilience. Being humble. From my readings, all the great thinkers have a degree of humility. We're all in this together. We all fall. It's how we get up, dust ourselves off, and move along. Eleanor Roosevelt, who was such an inspiration to me for all the good she has done in the world, said, "I'm so glad I never feel important. It does complicate life." Can just see her saying that with her cup of tea. Getting overwhelmed is another trap. The antidote is to develop problem-solving skills and breaking things down into manageable steps. Ask advice, gather research, decide, lay out the steps, bing, bang, boom. For example, I know that every time I start a remodel project, I am going to feel overwhelmed at some point. I know it's going to happen. So now I anticipate this from the beginning, and every time before I begin, I write down all the reasons why I decided to start in the first place, to remind myself. This also helps me sort out why I begin in the first place. This problem-solving process builds confidence and resilience for me. Building strong social ties is one of the biggest tools to building resilience and a happier, longer life. Just like this fellowship, when we come here, it builds our resilience that we know we have this place to return to. As a teen, I worked with troubled teens in the late 90s, and I came to believe in one student who has witnessed his brother's shooting, and he felt responsible. He was profoundly depressed, and I worried he was suicidal. Through peer group support and our belief in him, he recovered and even started college. At our graduation, he had his head up, his hair was clean, his shoulders were back, and he had his grandma and his mom in his arm. People believing in each other is powerful. As Emerson said in the call to worship, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. The friendships built at this fellowship are the core of our resilience as a beloved community. How strong are your resiliency skills? How do you avoid the self-traps, self-pity, fear of change, comparing yourself to others, making erroneous assumptions, and holding on to self-limiting beliefs, taking things personally, or negative self-talk? Life is a series of choices. Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." Resilience is picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and learning from what happened. Don't get caught in the woe is me's. What will you choose to do? How will you connect with others to further your personal and our society's collective goals? We must turn our norms into laws to strengthen our institutions that have been challenged during this very harrowing time. These days, resiliency is more important than ever when the hits just keep on coming and hope is in short supply. The challenges of this moment we face as Americans must be met with a united front of connection, compassion, and understanding that we are all in this together. We must shore up our connections to correct social injustice and renew conservation and collaboration to get the U.S. back on track. The recent elections show that what we can accomplish together. What a cause for hope. If we start with gratitude for our great country and for the wisdom and foresight of our ancestors. Let's stand firm in the belief that the guardrails of our democracy are resilient. We must continue to remain vigilant to protect and honor the legacy of this great country. We must put one foot in front of the other and build our collective resilience to carry on the flame of freedom. Nelson Mandela said during the fall of apartheid The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And still like air, we rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. Our closing hymn today is number 1064, Blue Boat Home. Please rise in body or in spirit. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in a beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Please join me in the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. You may be seated.
Our closing words today are from Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise, up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, and I rise.
Please remain seated and enjoy the postlude, and then join us on the patio for coffee and fellowship.
My name is Anna Galura Summers. Thank you so much for allowing me and my partially cooked baby and my husband to be here with you today. It's been a privilege and an honor to share in your service. The piece that I will be playing today is a meditation from the opera Thais. It is by Massenet, if you're familiar with the composer. But this piece is a pivotal moment in the opera, and I felt like I wanted to share just a couple of words. This piece comes at a moment when Thais, a courtesan, is struggling with some inner turmoil, deciding to leave a life of pleasure and live a life of piety. And the piece kind of, in a way, echoes a lot of the themes that were spoken of today of resilience and choice. And I wanted to mention there are one or two fake endings. So if you feel inclined to applaud, please hold until my bow is down.
you.